Hello, beautiful souls. I wanted to talk today about something that I have never, ever, ever come across, and it's Kundalini and weight gain. And what's interesting is when I heard yesterday what I heard, it made so much sense on so many levels. Myself, I had thyroid cancer, so metabolism is been an interesting journey since that. And then you add this to the mix. So what I became aware of is that Kundalini actually slows down your metabolism. And this may be okay if you're living a yogic diet when you're in the Himalayas, and you might be having a couple of things of lettuce a day and, eating once, and basically having the knowledge about when your body is actually needing food and when you're actually using any substance, including food, to try to ground yourself. Now, when you have Kundalini awakening, as you may be aware, it is like turning on the electricity in your body. It is so intense that what I've noticed in this in this eclipse season of these karmic patterns and cycles is that what I'm using to be able to handle this energy probably isn't the most healthy traditional ways of using it. But like, we're flying blind, right? And even some people who are vegan, and if I was vegan, I swear to God, I don't know how I would self-combust, because the amount of energy without the density of meat would be through the roof. And, some people have Kundalini awakening and all of a sudden they can't eat meat. They just can't stomach it. They can't drink alcohol. They can't do other things that they used to do, like sugar or anything like that, right? But it's not all of us. And all of these things initially left me. Like, there was, it rid me of all addictions, everything. And then it was like they all came back on like next level. And it was this process. I was getting told that you're actually dealing with the reasons why they're there, as opposed to them just being removed like some magic wand. There was a lot of lessons to be learnt and things that had to be worked through, both consciously, unconsciously, and energetically, before these things can completely dissolve. There's so many lessons in every single thing. And this is when I say, like, your journey is your own. And you really have to trust that voice, and really have to trust that if you weren't in it, it wouldn't be supposed to be there. Like, you can't stuff it up. You really can't. But Kundalini and weight gain, because Kundalini awakening slows down your metabolism. So what can we do about it? Well, there's a few things that have come through to me. And a lot of people I know have lower physical energy to be able to do things physically, but have a heightened internal energy. And it's almost like, how do you get it out? Because when we do some of these practices and when we do exercise and things, it can actually ignite the energy even more. And so you're now running with even more energy. And if you're a reflector, this can be so intense because we are designed to be this energy channel, which means we can hold a lot more energetically, and a lot more goes through us than the traditional person, than a typical person. So what Kundalini is saying to me is doing practices that aren't of a forceful nature, but are igniting enough to allow her to move you into involuntary kriyas, which is when she takes over and she moves you into the positions that she wants you in, that she's clearing energy. So I just did a practice this morning, Kundalini yoga, and it doesn't take long. It maybe takes 10 minutes, like a couple of practices, and she is off like a rocket, and it like moves through your entire body, right? But now I'm like internally buzzing like there's no tomorrow. And the way I have never been taught to identify this in such a way that I sit with myself constantly and ground the energy, ground the energy, ground the energy, moving it down, moving it down. And so this, if you're a reflector, then it depends what your environment is, because you're going to be channeling the environment at the same time. You're going to be channeling the people around you at the same time. So now that we're aware that Kundalini can cause weight gain by slowing down your metabolism, you can be vegan and still be using vegan food in order to try to sustain your energy. Now, everyone bangs on about grounding, and it's true, because this intense amount of energy cannot be subdued. It's clearing the physical body to be able to handle it. And yet, if you're anything like me, it feels like it's too much a lot of the time. My hands shake constantly like this. Try to get it out. There's just too much in there. So we're getting cleared through a process. We're getting aware of information like this when it's time, when we start to do gentle movements like swaying, dancing. And it doesn't have to be hardcore. Put something gentle on and just sway. Roll around on the ground. Move every part of your body. Do from your feet right through top of your head to your fingertips. And just allow this gentle, flowing subtleness of this energy to make its way through these blocks. And if she takes over, that's great, because that's her moving you into the position that you need to be in to clear what you need to clear. The other one is laying down flat on your back and just starting to squeeze your butt cheeks like this. This might seem a bit weird, but just start and just breathe into the lower two chakras, the root and the sacral, and just concentrate your energy there. And all of a sudden, you'll start moving, shaking, and it's going to be shifting this energy out of this area. And you can start then breathing it up through the upper chakras and out the crown. And then continuing on that cycle, surrender, 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 surrender. So whatever position she wants to move you in, how she wants to shake you. When I bring the energy up, my head starts violently going from side to side. My arms start going. But it's all her in the process of clearing this energy. And so if you're feeling like it's too much, you don't have the energy physically to do anything, lay down. Start these practices. Gentle, even rolling around on the floor, concentrating on the energy, allowing it, standing, swaying, doing the butt clenching, and just really allowing her to vibrate through your entire body and out that crown, and then grounding the energy, breathing it down into the earth, letting it all fall down, letting it all go away. Because if we use substance, food, drink, we can be doing as much harm as good at the same time. But I believe everyone is on their journey. And when you come across this, it's time, then it was always that time. It wasn't supposed to be before, and it's not supposed to be later. You're always going to be in it exactly where you are supposed to be. So I would love to hear if this has happened to anyone else, because normally you see these really fit people doing all of this yoga and stuff. And, you know, more often than not, they've done it the other way around. They've done the clearing before the energy woke up. But for those of you who've had spontaneous awakening, you're waking up this extreme amount of electricity in your body, and your body is like, what the fuck is this? And all it's got is all it knows. And that's ways that we have been, if you're a reflector especially, that we have been dumbing down our energy in order to be able to cope with normal life right up until this process. So I hope this helps.